Welcome to Black Love Matters, which search therapy session for getting out of adulthood.
Love each other.
Find her in Barack and Michelle.
Or Jay-Z and Beyonce. Or child, Nirma Naomi. Happy Monday, y'all. We made it another week. Remember when we first got in this COVID, this mess? We was like, we ain't going to be able to make it 2 weeks, y'all. We almost 4 months into this.
Yep.
5 months to this. This going to be an easy end of the year, ain't it?
Whew, 2020.
2020 came in not playing. Who are you?
I'm Neil.
And Naomi.
And this is episode
331.
331.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, leave 2, 3, or 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcast. No sure, and follow us on all forms of social media at Black Love Matters. It's Black with no K. What's going on, baby?
Hey, y'all. Child, only got one episode last week. You know what? I gotta get my damn energy right. We got to get on at least 2 podcasts a week. Aren't you reading a book called Atomic Habits? What do we need to do to make this a habit again? Y'all, but I guess, we got each other right, so. Because everything's happening on civil unrest. COVID is still happening as much as niggas. Just because niggas is eating brunch don't mean COVID ain't happening.
Right.
Give it 2 weeks. I just have not had the mental, bandwidth to do it. Or to give y'all what you need. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. I don't have nothing productive, funny, clever, none of that. None of the above to say. And I just want to come over here with no foolishness. But you know what? We're going to push through this week. You know what we got to push through?
Wow.
Because Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
Is this Friday.
Niggas, you free.
Niggas, we free. You know how Nirma and Naomi love a Juneteenth.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, at minimum, we got to get a Juneteenth episode. But I feel like just for Juneteenth, we throw it back to a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then Wednesday be the love story. Y'all remember when we was organized? Monday be chicken hot topics. Wednesdays be all about black love, whatever form. Kitchen table talk, black love story. Friday be shout out Friday. It kind of mailbag stuff, whatever top of the dome.
Mm-hmm.
Child, and then we just come on literally treat y'all like y'all therapists. We be like, listen, Black Lives Matter community, we need you. I sent out the email to get the group thing going.
If it ever happens, then be slow.
Oh, well, first of all, don't you dare manifest it. It will happen. I don't care. You know what? I don't care if we are just on the 3-way call and catching up. We will have a round table where we all talk to each other. Let's just make that known. That is going to manifest it. Don't do me like that, Nero. I'm going to get this done. Honestly, y'all know what else actually is done this week. I'm sending emails. And don't respond to my email. We got y'all number. Look, they go like, buddy, who is this? This not Yambi. You heard my email. Because you know what else I got a plan this week? For our friends we haven't seen in a while, that's got all over we're at the point now in our life where a lot of our friends spread out. I do miss the days where, you remember when, we'll be more clustered where our friends were,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just 1 or 2 people far away, but literally everyone is in their own thing, especially with COVID now. No telling where folk at, right? They back home, they with their moms, they all over. But what I've been doing is texting some of my favorite folks and just saying, you down for a Juneteenth, get together game night. So low key, that's what I got today, Monday. Hopefully by the end of today, I sent the email to all these people to formalize it. So you know me, Naomi, I ease into it. I sent Texas to see where people head at, right? Because if your head is somewhere it don't need to be, I don't need you to invite you to game night and we can just have a one-on-one. It just feels like with everything going on with the COVID, with the civil unrest.
I like to call it an uprising.
An uprising. Why you don't like unrest?
Because it's a negative. I like to...
Oh, positive. Uprising is more a positive script.
Yeah.
I guess it's negative.
It's more of a growth.
You feel like I do the civil unrest out of respect for the elders who came before us.
I like to say uprising because of growth mindset and things of that sort.
Uprising. And compared to the civil unrest.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was using MLK words. You like the civil disobedience. I'm trying to use those words. Absolutely. We can do uprising. So we're trying to host an uprising Juneteenth celebration that honestly is not hard. I just need to figure out what platform I'm going to use, what game. There's 2 things. I want to play a game because what I was first going to do is have multiple ones, but I don't care. Literally, people from all aspects of my life going to be together in a room or in a hangout, whatever we're going to decide. We're going to start with a game for the awkward ones. And then the awkward ones, if they can't get in the groove, they can leave after 30 minutes when the game over.
Oh.
Then after I want to do different questions and see what niggas got to say. And then phase 3 is just for the people who can hold conversation. Is that team too much?
I'm looking forward to see how this taboo over Zoom is going to work.
I mean, it don't got to be taboo. It can be something else, though. We can figure it out. You don't think, Nero?
We're going to do charades over Zoom.
I don't like to play charades with niggas. Because black people start getting real upset. Because, black people, the thing with black people in charades, we don't take clues. Meaning, if you keep doing the same thing over and over again and people keep not guessing it, you need to get a different plan. But instead, they'll just like hit their hand harder. They'll be like this. You don't know that mean Marco Polo? No, nigga, I don't. I don't know that's what that mean. I'm gonna need you to try something different. So I need to get in the mind frame of that. So I got 2 things I need to knock out. I need to knock out stuff for the podcast. I need to also do some planning for Juneteenth. So I'm feeling the way about that. Next, do I just jump into the shit?
Yep.
Actually, before we get into the shit, television recommendations, because Nyambi still watch her stories. This I know I'm getting older. Will my stories be important? Have you feel like since you gotten older, your stories is important, Nero?
Yeah, there are certain shows that it's a point.
And not all of them, right? Some of them is just the key. Some of them I watch just to go to bed. Some of them I watch because I want the day to go by quickly. But there are a handful of shows that I'm like, oh, listen, my stories is on. I need you to be quiet. I'm remember my grandmother, my granny, and all that. 2 shows y'all can watch. The first one is on HBO. It comes on right after Insecure. It's called I May Destroy You with Michelia Coelho. Michelia Coelho. Coely. It's the black girl with the beautiful bone structure from chewing gum. Y'all know she is. Jesus, she's gorgeous. Her bone structure is sickening. I know she be acting a little. Usually, when I first was introduced to her, it was via Bubblegum on Netflix, and it was more of like a comedy, physical comedy, a little goofy. Y'all don't let her doing this little goofy stand-up comedy. Sis got bone structure. Do you hear me? She's fucking gorgeous. Like every time she's on the screen, I'm like, damn, lips, teeth, collarbone, eyes, forehead, skin. Bitch, you're a Barbie. You're perfect. You are Black Barbie. Forehead.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful. Laugh. Comedy. Most of all, what I really appreciate is the eyebrow and the cheekbone. Jesus, I love a good cheekbone. But anyway, it's her from Chewing Gum. I like Chewing Gum. One of my favorite. Y'all know physical comedy not my favorite, but she black, so I supported it. Anyway, she stars in this. And this is a warning, though. This show ain't for everybody. It feels like the way I would describe it is a consent drama. So what happens is this character, I think her name is like Annabella or Arabella, something like that. It's set over in Europe too. She's like a creative. She's a writer. You know, she's eclectic. Looks like she likes to have a good time. She likes to do a splash. She likes to do a little extracurricular drug activity. But again, nothing so ridiculous that, you know, we all don't know somebody who did this too. And what happens is in the first episode, she's going against this deadline because she has to have the book done. I'm assuming she's like some type of influencer who basically converted her tweets to a book. We know this story, right? But she's brilliant, right? She's a brilliant writer. And to get her mind off of it, she like goes out with some friends. But what happens is she gets so like drunk and like she does drugs, and I don't know if they have dressed together. I'm thinking on top of her doing drugs, she was drugged. So it's a lot of compounding factors. And she gets back the next day to finish her story, and she does. But she keeps having flashes of the night before because she blacked out. And one of the flashes, she's getting this flash that someone like assaulted her, like sexually assaulted her. But the thing is, it's so patchy that she can't. Like, she's like, is this a dream? Is this a movie? Is this real life? I don't know. And what you're basically is going on a story with her to figure out what happened that night, all while she's trying to live her life and go to work and meet these deadlines and be a friend. And when I tell you, sis did the hell out of this, like whoever, I think she's actually EP. This is such a timely show. I think a lot of folks are sleeping on it a little bit because of, child, we got so much other stuff going on too. But, and we're going to talk about Russell Simmons too. I just think it's just so timeless, especially timely, especially coming from a black woman's perspective. No, she's a black Brit, but black woman is a black woman. Mm-hmm. And it's just, it just had me thinking so many questions of like caregiving and who's supposed to look out for who. Because even one of the things was like, once you out with so-and-so, they took care of you, you good. But it's like, but did they take care of you? And even how she like backtracked herself because a friend finally was like, sis, you need to go to the motherfucking police. Like, You got bruises, got hits on your head, and you ain't never had no sets get bruised, girl. You ain't into that. That ain't your type of sets. Even if you said you was having sets, you ain't into that type of sets, right? You ain't into, shout out to the BDSM crew. Ain't nothing wrong with that either. But she said that ain't her groove. So it's such a good show. I love a quick watch. It's a good 30-minute show, but it's just something to really think about when we're thinking, what is consent, how it shows up, how are we showing up for friends and people around us, and also what is our responsibility in society. So like one of the ending scenes in the first episode is her literally stumbling out the bar. Mm-hmm. Like not the goofy stumble, not the, oh, you better catch a lift stumble, like barely lifting herself up, stumble. When is it responsibility of like the greater good to be like, sis, where are you going? And I just think back to some of my younger days. Was I ever in a situation where I seen anyone that toe up? And I don't know if I have, or if I did, I wasn't paying attention. That's another thing. But even friends, like I'm not sure if I ever was in a situation where I like let my friends get like that far gone and not take care of them. Mm-hmm. And I think what hurt my feelings as a Black woman that no one took care of her in that situation. And it for some reason it's just so, I'm sorry, Mabel losing her mind. I'm just so unsettled with that therapy, I guess I unpacked that in therapy, but it just felt so like, no one looked out for her. Like no one stopped and was like, when the one friend was like, finally need to go to the police, but the friend still wasn't connecting that it was a sexual assault. The friend, she actually got robbed. Mm. And I was like, it's just the lack of care for Black women. Maybe that's it. But it's an excellent show. But warning, if you have sensitivities around this topic, if you just on the edge, I don't necessarily recommend I May Destroy You. But once you're in a stronger place, when you're on solid footing, it's excellent. Sis did her thing on that. Did you see previews for that, Niram? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've seen trailers for it, but I don't know what's happening or what's going on.
And the trailers don't do it justice. Mm-mm. The trailers does not do it justice.
Because I thought it was a Chewing Gum Part 2, and I was like,
no. It's a dramedy. Like it has humor to it, but it has very, very serious parts. In Michelia, am I saying her name right? Can you go to her? Am I saying her? I want to make sure I'm going sis name right. Michelia, right?
Yeah, I guess. Michelia. COEL is playing the fuck out. She's only 5'5". I feel like she's like 5'11" to me. She's basically a supermodel in my head. That's Mabel, baby.
Mabel done brought this new toy in here. I got her, and it's making so much noise, y'all, to the point where I'm thinking she's destroying something here. And the other thing, you're looking for another good show. Y'all know this HBO Max. First of all, and we gonna get on HBO Max and Barry and shit. I'm looking at you, Uncle Russ. Buried. If you have HBO, you have HBO Max. The T with HBO Max is you have to download the app to watch the shows that are on HBO Max, that you can cast it to your TV. Okay? All that to be said. Next show is called Love Life. I know what y'all gonna say. You don't want to watch shows with white people. Take it back. It's so good. If you need one moment to disconnect from the world and make you feel a little bit good and make you think a little bit, ask some questions, have some bops with friends, it's called Love Life on HBO Max. It's Anna Kendrick. Y'all know who Anna Kendrick is. It's that white girl with red hair that's in Pitch Perfect. She does a lot of romantic comedies. When I tell you Love Life is the shit, it is the shit. So what it's about is 10 episodes, and I reckon another quick watch. Are y'all also getting to the point because of COVID that I don't like shows that's more than 30 minutes? If the show is an hour, it's too long. Hour shows, I don't know if I can do those no more. That's a movie, basically.
Nah, that's a movie.
I need 30 and out. I want quick. Let me process. Let me go sit back down. Anywho, Love Life starts. It circles around this white girl, Anna Kendrick. Her name is Darby. I know it sounds basic, but hold the fuck on for at least through the first 2 to 3 episodes. By episodes 4, you're not going to go to sleep, because that's what I did. Okay, Anna Kendrick, aka Darby. It circles around her, but the first episode opens like with this narrative and dialogue, like you know, in your life, you have 2 great loves. And some people, you usually break on average 3 hearts. And you've been heartbroken once. And, you know, you say I love you X amount. So it opens with all these stats. And then what you go through in each episode, you break down one of these great loves. So episode 2 would be her first great love. Episode 3 would be the story of when she broke someone's heart. Episode 4 would be the story of when someone breaks her heart and how she navigates through that. But what gets good about this is that beyond the romantic part, they have episodes that talk about your personal life. So there's an episode that talks about how your best friends and your relationship with them shape your love life. There's an episode on how you, in the relationship you have with your mother and your parents, shapes your love life. Right? So it breaks all those down. That is so fucking good. How your childhood, how your upbringing affects how you look at love and navigate through the life. That I'm just like, Anna fucking Kendrick. Bitch, this don't need to be on HBO Max. This need to be on the main HBO when you go on HBO Go and you know they be scrolling.
Not the main.
The main HBO. Not the HBO Max. Not the hood cousin. Oh, if you loved Modern Love that was on Amazon Prime, another good show. It's similar to it's similar to Modern Love that was on Amazon Prime, which is another beautiful love story, comedy, tragedy type thing. But instead of like with Modern Love, is different. It's like different people for a different episode. You focus on one character and you kind of go on this entire arch with them. And Loki, it's been so fucking good. And it's already white privilege too. They already got reviewed for season 2. And this only, that's the other T. HBO Max released all that shit at once. So the whole series is up there. So any of the HBO Max originals, everything's up there. So it's 10 episodes. It's released. Boom, boom, boom. It was released last week. They already renewed for season 2 this week. That is a sleeper and it is bomb. Anna Kendrick fucking did that. Well, I'm sorry. Did you see any of that one there?
Yeah, I did.
What's your thought? Am I gassing up too much?
No,
what you think?
No, it was good. It was good. It was a nice little bop. Definitely roll with Naomi on this one.
Mm-hmm. It's called Love Life. So good, y'all. All right, to the bullshit. Adventures in Nature. Last week, Niram Nyambi and Mabel went to the beach twice. This sounds so privileged. I'm sorry. We live in California. We 40 minutes from the beach. We went to the beach. Pause before I get there. Did y'all see the thread on Twitter?
Which thread? There's a lot of threads, baby.
That basically the the Generation Z was talking about the millennials. I don't know what's the number to thread, but it was like at 3 a.m. And some Generation Z's is like all the millennials are asleep because they've died because of their caffeine crash. Let's put all the shit we hate about them here. And it's literally a thread of why millennials are trash, created by Generation Z. And it's things like, oh, I hate adulting. Oh, I don't want to do meal planning. I'd rather just have some wine and pizza. And Gen Z is like, you're drunk, Karen. You're drunk. Like, and it just goes on and on. I'm a millennial. I like avocado toast. Like, it just literally, and that's easy ones. It ripped us to shreds. I felt sorry. Did you see it now?
No, I didn't.
Y'all look for that. It's basically Gen Z's tearing up millennials on Twitter, and they just going for us. First of all, I don't give Generation Z too much dust. Sorry for 25 and under who listening. Y'all niggas just stop eating Tide Pods. So I don't know what you coming for me and my avocado toast. Millennials, we lived through a lot of shit. We've had a lot of fucking trauma. And I don't know what y'all want me to do with this. So y'all check out that thread if you need something to laugh at a little bit. And they basically like blaming us for everything that's happening. It was like, millennials are supposed to fucking step up, get the fucking boomers out of here, but you didn't leave mom's house. You don't got no job. You can't be an intern no more, millennials. It was hilarious. But anyway, outside versus indoors, Adventures in Nature. We went to the beach two times. Let's say two times this week. The first time was more random. Niram wanted to get out with the news, everything that was happening. We just wanted to get some air. And Niram was like, I got something special for you to go. We gonna say where we went or no? We but we went down to the beach. And it was beautiful. And it was this area with a lot of mountains and walkways. And we were walking with Mabel, having us a good time. We probably stayed out there about 2 hours?
Mm-hmm.
2 hours just walking, taking pictures, FaceTiming family, all that good stuff. Now, at the bottom of this trail is a beach. But to get to the beach, you have to scale down a cliff.
You do not have to scale down the cliff.
And I tried, and I was like, oh, nigga, I'm not going down there to get to no beach. Ain't no railings, ain't no stairs. That mean it ain't meant for me to be there. And Daenerys was like, come on, try. I was like, okay, I'll try. Yeah, I got halfway down that motherfucker, and I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm sweating. My little Adidas Reebok is not gripping. I can't do this. It's too much. Came back. I was like, Niram, you mad at me? Because Niram got quiet. I was like, you mad at me? He's like, no. I was like, babe, you can go down there. Like, I went up here with Mabel. Like, you go down there, enjoy. Like, I'm not rushing you. And he was like, nah. If I'm not going to go down there with you, I already done seen it. I wanted to see it with you. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's not happening today. So, okay. Let's head back. So, but still, not even in the shady way. I know I said it shady that way, but it wasn't. Like, after that, we went and got just some takeout because we was down by the coast, ate it in the car, and came on back home. Because that's during the week type of venture. We usually don't do that, honey. Cool. Then later on in the week, a couple of my colleagues and friends was like, fuck Friday. Let's just go to the beach and eat cherries. And at first I was like, I got a shitload of work to do. As this podcast is airing, I'm sure I'm overwhelmed with email and work I need to do because I didn't do it Friday. But I'm like, them, fuck it. Yeah, let's go back to the beach. And at first I was like, where should we go? And I originally, before me and Niram went to that beach, I recommended where we was at. But then I was like, listen, y'all, we can go down there, but it's this steep cliff. Like, I'm gassing them up. I'm like, I would recommend you wear gym shoes, then put your flip-flops in the bag. But, you know, that's just me. I'm not used to hiking. Maybe if you used to hiking, do that. And everybody was like, boo, no. Like, we just literally want to gallivant on the beach. I was like, cool, let's find somewhere else. So we found a dog-friendly beach because somebody else has a dog. I got Mabel, and we found it. And we went there, and it was great. But to get to the beach, what the fuck is it, Nero? How did we get to this beach? Beach, bitch, same thing.
You gotta go down the hill.
This one is not as rough as the other one, I don't think. I think the other one made me nervous because it was literally you were literally walking down the side of a mountain. And it looked like it was just going down the side of the mountain that people just continuously slid down. And eventually through erosion, the land became flat. At least this one, you can see it was something that was trying to be man-made, right? You can see that they were like, oh, okay, this is a mountain. Let's create a ramp to get down. But it seemed like it was some fuck nigga shit. It was just like, somebody was like, oh, it'd be a good idea to create the ramp. And they was like, yeah, don't do it. And they started it, but they ain't finish it. Mm-hmm. So imagine like a steep-ass ramp with no railing, like a rope. And they doing construction because of the tide. So they got this thing we got to jump over. And I was like, this is too much. I almost turned around. I broke out into a sweat. And Mabel, thriving. Niram went down to the beach and was like, I'll come back to get you. And then my girl came. The one who was on edge. She came on back. She was thinking, who was having suicidal thoughts. She actually gonna come. She's like, hey, Nayambi. She got her dog. Her dog geeked to see me. And I'm like, don't touch me. Don't. Because I just stayed at the part of the hill I was nervous to go down. And she was like, we'll go down together. And I was like, bitch, I'm literally terrified. Like, I was like, I'm at the point where it feels better to just jump and just see where the dust falls. Because the anxiety of just standing there going down, it was just, I couldn't handle it. But, through the grace of God and her dog, we made it. She's like, oh, no, I got you. She, like, let her dog off the leash. And he literally is, like, standing on top of mountains going down there.
You got 4-wheel drive.
And we both made it until the bottom bill. I slid and fell on my butt, which I'm terrified of. And then she had a nerve to say, oh, that might be easier to come down. I was like, that was not purposeful. This was my body giving out. To say, get low, Nayam. Get low. And it was just, I enjoyed it. Like, it was nice when we got down there. It was nice being that close to the beach. We had some real conversation. We caught up. Because one of my colleagues actually wanted to go because she just was going through a bad breakup and just stress, right? She just wanted to get away and be with some people. Good energy. So it was a good therapy session for all of us once we got to it. But I just was reflecting on this idea of outside versus outdoors. And I actually enjoy being outside. Do you think that, Nero? Like, I enjoy being outside. But I'm learning I don't enjoy being outdoors. Like, I love to be outside. I'll sit on some grass. I'll sit on the patio. I'll walk.
Walk where?
flat ground, grass, all day. All day. I will walk. I have never been the one to complain about walking. You can walk me all day. And I'm not one to be like, oh, my feet hurt. I'm not one to complain about the sun. I'm not one to be like, I gotta pee, where the water at. That is not me at all. But outdoors, and I was even having a conversation with them because we was in mixed company, right? So it was some black folks of color, some white folk, like mixed company, but company I'm comfortable being comfortable around, right? The white people who are there were people who happen to be white and not white people, so I'm comfortable. And I like broke down and was like, yeah, I was standing on top of that hill, and I was like, I ain't cut for this shit. Like, it was just, it's been a long time, y'all, since Nyambi was like, oh, I ain't cut for this. Like, I have not said or thought that in years. Ain't shit come across my plate that I said I ain't cut for. I might have to say, oh, I'm about to learn this. Or, okay, yeah, I done peep game, I not do it now. This was the first time I was like, oh, I'm not cut for this. And then the people there, you know, because they little intellectual, right? You know, we little ratchet intellectuals. What you mean, Nyambi? Tell me more. I said, don't use that work shit on me. And they laughed, of course. I was like, my city is showing because it's simple shit. It's not that I didn't want to get down to that beach.
What was it then?
Nigga, I don't know how to go down a steep hill. What is the protocol? Ain't no steep hills in the block. Like, there is a science, and you know, people saying shit I never heard of. Just lean into it. What?
Yeah.
Sit down and walk down the hill. I've never done that in my life. What do you mean sit down and walk down the hill? What do you mean perpendicular? I found a stick. Because it was a little construction. I found me a stick and I did a walking stick. And it's not even an out of breath or a weight thing, right? Because if it's a thing about, if I'm not as a good enough shape, I'm grown. I'm in my clean 30s. I'm comfortable to be like, y'all, I got to pause 90 seconds, do 4, 8, 7 to catch my breath, and I'm going to see you. But don't get wrong. You going to fucking see me. It's like the tortoise and the hare. I might take 2 hours, but guess who going to get there? Me. So it's not even a like out of shape, is you shape. That's not the shit there. It wasn't a like, it was a fear. Niggas, when I tell you I was on top of that hill scared, I was like, one or two things happening, Lord. I said, thank you, Jesus. I'm either going to the Lord, thank you, Jesus, or I'm about to say, see you soon. And I didn't know which one was going to happen. And it was just a lot. So I need y'all to process with me. Like, black people, do we need to reclaim our outdoors? Not outside. Not the family cookout. Not the backyard. Not the garden. I even consider gardens outside. I'm talking about outdoors. When you literally go walk on a trail with a blue X on the tree and you supposed to follow the blue X. Nigga, what? Or you supposed to know what trees is poisonous, what trees ain't poisonous. What? And you supposed to go down a steep ass mountain with no steps, with no metal railings. I ain't supposed to be here. Because then I got in my bag was like, is white people just taking things that don't belong to them?
First of all, it was not a mountain.
Nigga. Okay. I wish we could take a picture of this. Ashley Nerum, see if we got any pictures and put this shit up on Black Love Matters and show niggas. And I want to get a vote of who niggas turning around. Because I know I got at least 50% of people turning around with me. And I'm telling y'all, this is not athletic ability. This is literally some scared shit. It's like your hood spidey sense saying, go down there if you want. Go to that block if you want. You don't know nobody down there. And it's something I'm dealing with. And lastly, on top of that, the first time Mabel done got her first bug tick on her, y'all. Jesus. We done bathed, mind you, is it one tick. We done bathed her. We done cleaned her. We done combed her. And then, because we use new product, she got dry skin. Our poor dog is covered from head to fucking toe. I mean, head to tail in coconut oil right now. She greasy. I don't know how y'all do this. How y'all do this? See, that's why Mabel also used to outside and now outdoors. Because we was out there on them fucking trails in that wooded area and something jumped on her. And because something was on me. Because I was in the car, I was at least 3 bucks. I said, what's these bugs? It was just so was blessed that my hair was wrapped.
When you go outside, there's bugs.
Whatever. You know. That's what I got. Tab in. near 'em?
You know there's bugs everywhere, right?
Not the ones like outdoors. I like outside bugs.
You know there's bugs everywhere.
I like. Y'all hear my drink? That's how I got me. Look.
Silverfish are
Shout out
native to California.
Shout out to Trader Joe's, folks. The buy of this week is the Bot Sangria. It's in the alcohol section. It's in the bots. It's red, and also the buy of the week is they have fresh lychees. Thank me later.
So when you go outside, Naomi, or outdoors, there's bugs.
I like outside. I'm not sure about
there's
outdoors.
Bugs outside too. There's bugs inside.
I know that.
And when you have a dog, they're prone to getting fleas and ticks.
We done had it for a while. I ain't never experienced this.
That's why.
That baby was itching. I said, what's going on?
That's why we take the preventative cause of giving her flea and tick medicine once a month. Because just in case by happenstance a flea or tick get on her and they bite her, guess what? God. Guess what? Her blood is already toxic.
And it kill them.
And just kill them dead.
Kill them dead.
It happens. She's a dog.
I think if that was in isolation, I'll be okay. But the fact that I was faced with Cliff's and my death, it was too much. And she got dandruff.
Nobody was talking about you dying. You wasn't gonna die.
That's what it felt like.
Yes, your depression and anxiety talking.
Okay. Y'all, outside versus outdoors. Is there some black women I should follow to get my game up? Like, where do you learn to be outside? Not outside. Where do you learn to be outdoors? Who teaches niggas how to go on hikes? Who teaches you how to descend down a hill? Who teaches you how to go up a hill? Who teaches you these things? Like
experience. Experience, baby.
No. You just don't go out. I don't recommend.
Around all the white people you done been around, you ain't never
no.
experienced this?
I've done outside things with them. I don't do this is how you know I'm getting comfortable with this crew. I do outside things with people.
No, I've seen you do outdoor things.
I went camping.
That's definitely an outdoor because your ass came back smelling like mesquite wood.
Oh my God, it was horrible. But hiking is different. The thing is, camping isn't dangerous to me.
It wasn't a hike. It was just a trail to get down to the beach.
That's hike. No. That was very hiking-esque. That was very hiking 101. Camping low key is outside though, because we were at like a park where you supposed to camp at. Like it wasn't like we went on the trail and then laid on the mountain and went camping. All the camping, I don't want white people. It's like you gotta save your spot. There's a bathroom. You can plug in shit. That's reservation. That's Marriott camping. I can do that. That's outside shit. I can do that outside shit. I can cook on a fire. I can tell stories. I like a good bonfire. Right, as long as my ass going home within 24 hours, I'm good. Now, could I do it a weekend? No.
Ooh, you're so scary.
I'm not scary. I'm telling the truth. I am not the only black person that feel that way. Yo, check in. Hello?
So with all that trauma that I had to go through, I had to talk to my therapist about it. I can't wait to talk to her again next week.
Well, okay, what's your gems for therapy? You gonna talk about therapy and your gems, then you gonna come back around to the beach?
I think the main gem that we got from therapy, one of the things that my therapist trying to get me to do, maybe y'all can help me with it, is that she want me to write about like pain and sadness, like an R&B song, like a Neo Soul Child song.
Yeah, what you
mean?
To
talk about the prompts is like, tell me the first time that you experienced sadness. What brought it on? What things of that sort.
Gotcha.
Do you feel that same sadness now? Can you describe it? So it's almost like an R&B song.
What makes you uncomfortable about that?
It feels like an R&B song.
You deflecting. What makes you uncomfortable?
No, because like, why the fuck do I want to talk about what brings me up and brings me sad?
Why is that a bad thing? I'm going to keep saying the thing. Why is it a bad thing to have self-awareness of your emotions?
I don't know if she's trying to put it in self-awareness.
I'm saying I statements. Look, my therapist taught me.
Oh.
I think being able to pinpoint the first time you experience sadness, going through it brings a level of self-awareness to your emotions. Because I think a lot of times, especially people of color, we ignore them and become numb, and we get to the point where we can't even identify what emotions we're feeling at that moment. That's why it's important to be able to pinpoint who, what, when, where, and how for that. That's called
parts work or body work where
I don't know what's going on.
You know, I'll be reading books and be talking to other folks to go to therapy. So that's called. Also, I heard the book is You Need to Talk to Someone. Maybe you should talk to someone that's real bomb too. That's my next read. But the parts work is where you almost separate yourself from the emotion, right? So it'd be like, Nyambi, I want you to separate your anxiety, and I want Nyambi to have a conversation with your anxiety. And how do you do that? Or I want you to have a conversation with fear, the fear you see in yourself. And the thought is, if you have your conversation with it and you confront it, once you feel it again, it becomes more of a norm. And so when you feel these emotions coming on, instead of numbing and blocking, you let them happen and you can process through them. It's just a faster process. But doing the actual practice of writing or reciting or sharing that is just a way to get closer to it, like to truly name the event. Like the first time I was sad was boom, 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 right? And to think about that, you got to go there, and you're gonna have some of that come back up.
Took my Sega.
Oh my God. Niram don't want to go there.
Them niggas took my
That was
Sega.
the first time you ever felt sad?
Them niggas took my Sega.
Are you serious? That's the first time you ever felt sad?
No, but for the podcast it is.
What's the first time you ever felt sad?
I don't want to talk about it here. Thank you very much.
Another topic we were talking about on the beach is about self-love in women, and how everyone's therapist was like, how do you love how do you love yourself? And we all were clueless on how to do it. But one thing we agreed on was men were very good at it.
Tell me more.
And the men in my life, I should at least say, are very good about like loving themselves. And by loving themselves and self-care, we're not talking about facials and shit, right? I think that's a lot of times we talk about self-care. I'm going to do a facial. I'm going to drink some sangria. Don't get me wrong. That's a piece of it, but that ain't the hard part. The hard part of self-care is putting up boundaries, routines, and regimens and sticking with them relentlessly. That's truly self-care. And that's the hard part. And I find that men are just better at it. Or because of male privilege, right, and asserting yourself and the rewards you get in society, it just helps. Like even when you say, I'm not gonna talk about this at this moment right now.
I know.
Well, fuck. I think no problem with that. That's great. But I think even as a woman, I'm like, maybe I should give a hint, or am I really sharing? Like all that stuff processed through my head. Where you was like, oh no, this is a firm boundary. I'm not going to talk about this. Mm-hmm. And I think that's just the difference. It's a form of self-love, putting up boundaries and enforcing them.
You gotta love yourself.
And we don't talk about that. As women, we don't say that enough. We think a facial is self-love. And don't get me wrong, that's self-care. I like a good face. I love a good overpriced facial.
That's self-care. That's not even. Yeah,
but like, I think it was like self-care. So like, what does that? How does it show up? I think the therapist gave them the option. Like, how do you take care of yourself? How do you love yourself? Pick one. And people were like, oh, I don't. Either one of those, I'm a little blue on. And then me and my other good Judy was like, I actually hate the mask and candles. But everybody told me I need to do that. I was like, well, you gotta do it if you hate it. She was like, but I don't know what else to do. So, also, I think unspoken thing is people think self-care supposed to feel good. And I think that's very Americanized.
Self-care is supposed to feel good.
Mm-hmm. To truly take care of yourself, sometimes you gotta do shit that hurt. Do working out always feel good? Does eating a salad instead of Popeyes always feel good? But is it caring for yourself? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like that's real talk. Now, should it always hurt? No. But I'm going to say 60-40. Some tough shit. I say 40% of the times it's cute. 40% of the time it's Instagrammable. The 60% you crying.
You scared on top
you
of
journaling. You scared on top of a mountain. You putting up boundaries. You saying no. You talking yourself out of a panic attack. You going to appointments you ain't want to go to. All that stuff. Mm-hmm. We don't talk about it that much.
No, we don't.
No. What else gems you get besides your body work? So your body work is focused on sadness. You say why you want you to focus on sadness?
So we can, her goal is always to talk about like some childhood traumas and shit. So
one day your niggas gonna realize childhood is a trauma. I don't know. I'm just done blocking that off. It's to the point where I can say even clearly with my parents. I'm like, childhood trauma, and they like, yeah.
The ones you gave me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
this is my
what?
parents. Yeah. We did the best we could. Respect. Honestly, I think that's why me and my parents are even in a different spot in our relationship. Where they was like, we did the best we can. Whatever you need to do to get help, we gonna support you now. Cool. Whatever you said. Like
Whatever.
Well, I
David
think
said.
before my parents were like, what? Trauma?
Yes, nigga, you gave me this.
And now they like, okay, we understand. What can we do to support you? Which is the right answer, really. Like, the other conversation we was having on the beach of this, because we're all, either, I think it's a couple late 20 folks, but the majority of us is mid to late 30s. And we like, is we about to have these babies or not? One person was like, I'm just trying to process, like, am I ready to destroy somebody's life? I mean, we kiki, but then we all paused and looked at each other. It was one of those, like,
Are you ready to destroy somebody's life?
like, are we? You talking me, Nero?
No, that's how y'all was looking around.
Yeah, are we ready to destroy some life? And I mean, that's more extreme, but you only can do so much. Like, some harm gonna get done. And what you just have to hope is the good outweigh the bad, and they know that you love them unconditionally, and you support them, and you just raise them to be kind, compassionate, independent, critical thinkers. And
One
the
of y'all
rest
gonna
will
raise
fall
up
into
a serial
place.
killer.
One of y'all gonna raise up a serial. Yeah.
Are you ready for that?
Listen, I don't know if that got to do as much with the mama as some other stuff going on too. Some some physiology shit going on too.
Yeah.
Not all serial killers come from torn homes.
Yeah.
What is it? Bundy, or was it Dahmer came from like pit fence?
Hey.
Yeah, that's what I said. So it's a lot. So again, news is from the beach. I'm sorry, was it my chicken or yours?
No, we was moving the pillow.
Oh, you was talking about your therapy session. You don't have nothing else about the beach or anything?
I think, we both have different accounts of the beach.
What are you trying to say? So you saying my shit? See, this is the shit I'm talking about. I'm putting up a firm boundary. What happened to me happened to me. Now, what you can talk about is what happened to you.
We have different accounts of the beach.
So you can talk. It ain't different accounts. You can talk about what happened to you at the beach. I'm telling you what happened to me at the beach.
We have different accounts of the beach.
What happened?
My account of the beach is we watching people go up and down this hill, because now I'm like trying to geek herself up. Come on, Nero, geek me up so I can go down this hill. I said, baby, like, everybody's going up and down this hill. You good? I don't know. And then you see skinny people, fat people. You see people who are wearing shoes. You see people who are wearing flip flops. See people who ain't wearing no shoes at all. You see people who carrying coolers up. And it's like, all right, like, you've seen a plethora of people, big, fat, slow, with coolers, with strollers, dogs.
They had no strollers.
It was strollers, dogs, everything else. You can do this. I don't know.
Outdoors is scary.
I'll hold your hand. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to hold on to. You don't need to hold on to nothing. Just find your balance. Lean backwards.
What?
Squat down and lean backwards. I don't know what that means. What if I fall? Or if you squat down and lean backwards, you'll fall on your booty. Mm-hmm. I don't want to do that. I don't want to fall at all.
I don't want to fall at all.
Well, if you fall on your booty, the biggest muscle in your body, one of the biggest muscles,
piece on your body. Be careful.
that too, you'll be okay. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of meat back there.
A lot of meat.
You can take it. You can get ass whoopings. You can get falling on your booty at least once. You get all right.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this shit. Fuck this shit. I'm out of here.
I'm wheezy out. I'm going to sit in the car. Come on, Mabel.
And then here comes Friday. Mm-hmm. Now fuck this. I need to pick a different beach. I'm picking these beaches. Ain't none of these beaches. I said, Nyambi. We in California. And all the beaches on the one is going to be a mountain.
I was like, what happened to the beach where I park and just walk to the beach?
That's man-made shit.
I just want to walk to the beach.
In California, it's ocean. It's nothing but ocean on Route 1. Mm-hmm. That's always the beach.
Jesus.
So she's doing the same thing. And now it's this area where it's just steep.
Steep.
And you got to walk across the steepness. Instead of walking down, you just got to walk across.
Hell no.
Said, Naomi, bend your leg that's closest to the steepness. You can put all your weight there, and then use your other foot, and just duck walk all the way. Walk like a duck. Walk like a duck. I can't do this. Fuck it. I'm going back home. Your friends can see you from here.
I'll text them.
I'll text them and tell them something going on. Said, no. Go take Mabel down there. No, come on. Give me your hand. No.
No.
All that fear and depression and anxiety holding you back.
What did you think when I finally got down there? You're still not telling your experience. You're trying to tell mine.
This is my experience.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. What happened when you seen me?
And then finally, she made it on down. I said, Lord. Because I was just going to put her on my back.
And just drag. Was you going to tie a rope
yes.
to me and just drag me?
Mm-hmm. And just put you on my back and say, come on.
Jesus.
Because it got to be a better way than this. Got to be a better way.
Whatever. Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, ooh, she thinking, I hope she ain't forget. She think it's going to be hard going down.
I'd rather go up than go down.
Wait till she got to go up.
Actually, I don't mind. Like, steepness, out of breath hills. As long as I can take breaks, I don't care about that.
Well, what about going down then?
Going down is terrifying. Going up, I don't care about a steep hill. I don't care about a steep hill going up. If I'm losing breath, I'll just stop. But going down is terrifying. And I got the breathing hard going down. I said, let me catch my breath.
Because you're holding your breath.
But how did you enjoy the beach, though?
I enjoyed myself. Nyambi is a breath holder. Like, whenever Nyambi go through some shit, you almost got to, like, punch her in the chest to get her to breathe. Because she be like, say, breathe, nigga. I can't breathe. Oh, my God. I'm about to pass out.
Oh, my brother.
Why are you holding your breath? Fucking breathe.
I, like, tense up. That's what I do. I tense up. My whole body tenses up.
And it's almost like you got to, like, punch them in the chest. Like, smack them against their chest. I mean, breathe. Stop holding your breath. Oh.
Shut up.
If you don't stop holding your fucking breath. And that's why you be going to the gym. You say you're getting lightheaded because you don't be breathing.
Oh, you think I don't breathe?
Yes.
Interesting. I always talked about breath work. I know I'll be doing them little yoga challenges. Maybe I need to do like a meditation breathing challenge. Just work on some breath work. Like, don't do any, like, no, you do the yoga move. Like, literally work on breath.
Yes. You
that
need
might
to work
be
on breathing.
what I need to do. Pillow Talk. You see the Dave Chappelle?
Yeah, I seen it.
Yes, your boys. You gon' I don't got much to say. You know, Dave Chappelle along with Spike Lee both released stuff this week. Both normally are hit or miss type of niggas for me, and both of them hit. What you got to say about Dave Chappelle?
He got those white folks together.
He did his prime audience. Because at first I was like, is he about to recite the history to me? Then I had to pause and be like, oh, this is for the whites and the uninformed. This wasn't necessarily for me, but it was still good.
I think I got to get my intersectionality back because niggas still people still mad at Dave Chappelle.
What did he do this time?
Well, from his last stand-ups, people be like Dave Chappelle, misogynistic and homophobic or transphobic or whatever. Yeah. And I don't want to say whatever, but like.
Dave Chappelle sometimes do be a little tone deaf, I would say. Like, he doesn't. I don't know how to say it nicely. Like, sometimes he don't know the room. Like, he need to be knowing the room. And like some of his jokes, I think Dave Chappelle does not put the same energy in the thought by jokes about women or the LGBT community as he does with black, white communities, right? His jokes when it comes to black and white people or men or something like that are a lot more clever and well thought out. And like, you have to listen to get it. But I think his jokes when it comes to the LGBTQ community and women are lazy. And I think that's the problem. And if you see him performing at this caliber, you can't take the same energy to perform at that caliber for that community. I have noticed that. It's not that he can't joke on all communities. I do think he be a little lazy when it comes to certain communities in the joke. He just do the lobs. And he's a legend, and he needs to do more than lobs. And I said what I said.
So, it was short. It was short, like 30 minutes or so. It was called 846. It was on. I seen it on YouTube. Yeah. Did it ever make it to Netflix? I don't know.
Not yet. I'm sure it'll be there.
And he just laid down the history. The history of black folks being
that?
men.
Pause. Is that his new cadence of telling jokes?
Yeah,
now?
pregnant pregnant pause is like one of those things that people do, baby. It's like a public speaking technique to like get people to like follow along the story and hook them in.
I get that, but is that what Dave Chappelle does now?
I think so.
Like, I feel like the last few of his setups or stand-ups he's done that a lot, and he get that cigarette. I'm like,
but I also think this is unprepared. Like, I think this is more.
I think that's how he always show up.
You think so?
Absolutely.
No, I feel like he do some type of preparing.
I mean, I don't. I'm not saying I don't think he wasn't prepared. I think he knew exactly what he was gonna say. I think that's just how he show up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's just his energy on stage, where he be like, "What I'm gonna talk about today."
Oh,
and he like open his book and be like, "This one," but I think that's a part of the game.
You think he prepared like Black Love Matters?
Yeah. Oh, don't do that, because sometimes we ain't. It depends on the day, y'all. But I just think that's a part of his thing. Even on his other stand-up he did, I feel like he was pacing and looked at the book. He was like, hold on. Okay, I'm ready. But I just think that was a part of the gig.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Dave Chappelle is a legend, is a comedic icon, and is a black treasure. I'm not taking that away from him.
Mm-hmm.
But this just one for me. But I'm glad he did it.
He laid it out.
He did. It was good. It was good.
Like
I'm saying it just one for me because niggas don't go there and plan on laughing.
Yeah.
Like, when I think comedy special, I think laughing. No laughter there. He was just truth telling. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. Where's there still?
Nah, I ain't laugh.
No, I didn't laugh at it.
But it wasn't bad. It was a truth telling session.
It was a throat punch.
Yeah, and there was no wrong with that.
It was
he
a
did what he supposed
switcheroo.
to do.
It was a switcheroo.
And could you imagine them people in the audience? I feel like they just had them copy and paste it in. Niggas weren't laughing like that.
Right. No, it was a switcheroo. Them white folks thought they was going in there
to get a little relief.
About to get some Dave Chappelle relief. Mm-hmm. And his ass laid down the history of a civil uprising to them white folks.
Yep. Good for him, though.
And like the way he even ended was just like abruptly, I'm done with this shit.
Didn't he just drop them? Have a good night.
Yep.
Bye, bitch.
Get on my fucking nerves, white people.
Basically. I mean, he's a legend. I'm glad he did it. Perfect. We'll jump in some pillow talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the shit first. Y'all want to talk about this Be Some old shit? I really don't. But yeah, let's try it.
What we start with?
First, she said she don't fuck with 9 to 5 niggas. I'm a cubicle warrior, so I'm offended. Second of all,
say it with your chest, Naomi.
I just told you I'm offended. She just stopped working a 9 to 5 3 months ago. Mm-hmm. And she said she can't mess with no nigga. But you know what? I'm going to give her some grace on that one because I'm going to charge her to the game of her just being young and also young in the business. So young both areas, like age-wise young and just business-wise young. Because that's just a young statement to say, right? Like for you just to think that someone who works a 9 to 5 wouldn't understand why you working later, or that people with 9 to 5s don't work late or have ambition or are excited or don't make money, or don't have flexibility in their schedule. That just tells me the type of life you done lived. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some more restrictive 9 to 5s where you can't do that too. But there are also a lot of fake ass entrepreneur niggas who in their mama basement can't go nowhere either. So let's just be clear on that. So I'm not sure why maybe she said the lifestyle. Honestly, I read lifestyle code word for money. Mm-hmm. But maybe not. Maybe it is just the amount of time you can spend and the flexibility in your schedule. Cool. I'll give benefit of the doubt. But, you know, work ain't honest, but it pays the bills. I don't know where we get into the generation where folks are knocking 9 to 5s. Low key, everybody need a 9 to 5 and everybody need a 5 to 9. Mm-hmm. We low key need to have all of it. So I think that just rubs me the wrong way. And like, even my point on it is, it's not even that I need a 9 to 5 or entrepreneurial person. What a non-negotiable for me in this checkbox of my 30s is I need somebody who loves what they do. That's what a non-negotiable is for me when it comes to work. Because what I've noticed is a lot of times you spend more time at work than with your family. Mm-hmm. So if you go to work and you fucking hate what you do, it's pretty fucking hard to separate that out, that hate, when you come home. And something that I appreciate in my household is peace. So my number one criteria is that you love what you do. And if you love what you do and you can take care of yourself, everything else can be worked out. But there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there who ain't loving that shit either. There's a lot of people, look at, what is it, Uncorked. It's a lot of people inheriting their daddy barbecue spot, they 12 truck spot.
Who don't want
that shit.
because they want to go paint. Or they want to go cubicle, or they want to go, they want to do something like that, or they want to go to school, they want to get their MBA, right? So just young, like just the whole conversation was young. Nick Cannon knew what the fuck he was doing. So I'm just giving sis grace. Like I'm just giving, like, live a little more life, keep living. What the old folks tell you, you think you believe in something, just keep living and see what you gonna get. But that's more so my take. Like if I'm thinking about, like, if I was going to be in a relationship, my non-negotiable at this age range that I am in now is that you're able to take care of yourself, meaning clothe yourself, feed yourself, roof over your head. That don't got to be no mansion. It could just be a studio. You could just be eating your little piece of bagel, sandwich, and ramen noodles. As long as you can take care of yourself and you love what you do, I can rock with you. But this other stuff, like this glorifying of air quote hustle culture, like, please.
It's hustle culture, it's hustle porn, and let's call a spade a spade. Like, even when, like, most of these niggas who hustling and things of that sort, they just external vendors. So, truthfully.
Oh, now let's get real tea. A lot of you niggas who's entrepreneurs is really temporary workers and or contractors. That don't mean, just because you a contractor do not mean you an entrepreneur. Now I'm Dame Dash. You're not a boss until you sign your own checks.
Right.
What that nigga say? Is that what he said?
He said
I was
something like that.
Jesus, Dame Dash. Everybody can't sign their own checks. We all can't have a bank.
Shit. I personally just like to transfer it from one account to another. I don't even write myself a check.
You ain't a boss until you write your own check. Shout out to Damon Dash. I'm just saying, you just be a boss. Is that what the word he was saying?
Some shit like that.
Or like a manager. What did he say?
No, he was saying he was a boss. I think he was saying the boss. But, like, yeah, most of y'all niggas who think who y'all entrepreneurs, y'all just external vendors who don't get health insurance.
Yeah. You don't get health insurance, nor do you get
401k.
No benefits.
No benefits.
A lot of you entrepreneurs don't even got no Roth IRA set up. A lot of you entrepreneurs need to stop right now and go watch Dave Ramsey and go set $50 aside a month. What Dave told us to do, $50 or $100 a month. It don't matter. I don't care if it's $10. You need to be set something aside for your retirement. And they ain't doing that. So I think it's more of that. And Nick knew what he was doing. He knew what he was gonna do to get the clicks. Like, and he done lived enough life to be like, sis, tell me more. But he knew what soundbite he wanted to get from her.
Shit.
So
What
I'm
you
trying
expect?
to fall back. Trying not
What
to be
you
on sis.
expect?
I'm trying not to fall on her too much because the trap was there, the line was there. She just jumped over it.
She the one that said it.
Yeah, but Nick, he could have been like, what do we all say? Tell me more. He said, "Oh, okay, I see you, sis." That is how he ended that statement.
No, he's like boss status. What
does that mean? Can you Gen Z's? What is a boss status?
So he's like, he can't have a 9 to 5. He can be hustling entrepreneur. Then Ken say, so you want CEO status?
Look at this.
Yes.
He is trolling.
He can't be clocking in and out.
Oh. Okay. You don't got to call him to work because you the boss.
No, I think entrepreneurs should date entrepreneurs. He got to understand my lifestyle.
So does she know there are people who are salaried?
You're not gonna understand why I'm still up at 3 a.m. He got to be an entrepreneur.
It sounds like poor time management. What's happening at 3?
Because truth be told,
what? Look, that's me in my 30 bag. That's saying what true business is being done at 3 a.m. What true business is being done at 3 a.m., y'all?
Demon time.
Unless we talking about 3 a.m. California and the 6 a.m. East Coast. I can see business happening at 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no business. Ain't no contracts being signed at 2 p.m. at 3 a.m. except them crooked ass record deals. I'm sorry. Did I hurt some feelings?
No.
Them crooked deals get signed at 3 in the morning. And also grammar mistakes. We're going into that topic next. We're talking about plagiarism and integrity next. Ain't nothing happening at that time but bad emails, bad decisions, open lids, and never mind. I almost went somewhere else.
In demon time.
In what?
In demon time.
In demon time. Lastly, this is probably a broader conversation we need to have later. Are we noticing a lot of the folks who are the hustlers and, I know B. Simone made her, what she sell again?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what B. Simone sell. Let me see.
Cool. She made her millions. I don't care what she sell. Are we noticing the lack of education beginning to show? Or is that just me? Now I know we can go up and down on if colleges are needed. And I can go up and down with you too. I don't. Oh, she sell makeup.
Oh, Manifest Queen.
Okay, fine. Anyway, don't let me lose track of thought.
Okay.
I'm noticing when some of our young kings and queens talk, and even some of the older heads, I'm listening to this Joe Budden. I'm trying, as Joe Budden says, shout out to the couples listening. I be trying to engage to see what the men's be talking about. And some of the questions that even the Joseph Button be asking, or the people who didn't attend college, be throwing me off a little bit. Is that something that's about to pop up more and more? Because with the stats show, people are less likely to go to college now, or in the next 5 to 10 years, people are less likely to go to college. And don't get me wrong, Nyambi's not. I do believe that I don't believe you have to go to college. I believe in a trade. I believe it need to be college, a trade, something like you're going to do a skill. You need a skill to navigate in this world. But it's something to that. First, I think we have to destroy this notion that you go to college for a job.
Yes, we do.
That has to be destroyed.
But that was what the boomers instilled into us.
Yeah, that's not.
Go to school and get a good job.
You can go to college and get a network.
No,
you can go to college and
go to school and get a good job. How many times people told you go to school and get a good job?
I know. I mean, but real
and then
shit.
they said go get a 4-year degree. You know what the fuck that was until I went to school.
But low key, if we talking about it's black people it's brown people with the stats that we are making the same amount of money, getting access to the same amount of job as white people who are in high school. White people who have college educations are more likely to have jobs for a one. That's a different episode to unpack. But I'm just thinking about all of that. So B Simone part 1. Next part, what is this plagiarism? First of all, I don't know the whole story because I plan not to get too deep into it. As of this day, whatever day we are now, what's today's date now? The 15th, the 14th? I don't know. We don't know what day it is. It don't matter.
14th.
The 14th. This is when we're recording it. They say sis got a manifestation diary or a journal that she got.
Yeah.
And, once you start coming for the Cubicle Warriors, what the Cubicle Warriors do, keep
They
receipts.
find receipts.
Because that's what we do as a Cubicle Warrior. We always have a receipt. And they're showing first it began where the quality of the book was coming to question. Personally, to me, it looked like an obituary or colored by numbers from what I've seen on the social media. Not only does it look like a poorly put together obituary, but it also has misspelled words. Again, I just say that as a kiki. Fine, great. If you're going to put this color by numbers, love thyself book, and it's helping somebody, more power to you. White people have been doing it for the beginning of the time. The ultimate tea is it sounds like that maybe she took this from another black woman.
Oh, that ain't gonna sound like people got receipts.
Allegedly that she took this from somebody else. It didn't change it, tweak it, or cite the source.
Didn't cite nothing.
No sources were cited.
No
I'm a
credit was
scholar.
given.
I'm a scholar. And I'm not saying you can't rob and duplicate, but when you rob and duplicate, you at least have to do the spell check and you have to give credit.
Yeah, at least change 30% of it, make it your own.
So I'm just...
According to her manager, because the Peace Simone manager is definitely a mistake. You have to imagine she hired a design company. Please check your DMs. We're in a lawsuit with the firm. We're trying to work this out.
I bet you want a 9-to-5 lawyer now. What? Look, the lawyer's gonna show up. I know you like the bosses, but we clock hourly.
Look, she sold
Lawyers, we work
45,000
hourly.
copies by Midway, according to Forbes article. Shame it was a backup of so many other small creators.
Work. And the thing is, whatever y'all creators go out there and hash it out. I'm gonna say some shit. I ain't even gonna do it. Then Meek Mills. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. Then here come Meek Mills. I think he caping for her because he's like, we just don't need to see other black people putting other black people down. Meek, she stole her work. Just like I don't like white mediocrity. Guess what else I really don't like?
Black mediocrity.
Get the fuck out of here. We do not follow the rules of the colonizers.
She really.
So you move to the left, Meek. We can give critical feedback. Ain't nobody said B Simone was canceled.
Yeah, they did.
They canceled on this girl.
Yeah, but nobody really gets canceled.
No one gets. That's not.
But
the thing.
She definitely.
Well, hopefully she saved her. How much she made? $1,001. Hopefully she put some of that in our one. Put that away because she gonna be applying. HR people, if y'all see her come across your desk.
I wonder if she's gonna be back on Wildin' Out. Ooh, they gonna tear that ass up on Wildin' Out
to the ground. So that's about. I don't have much to say about it. Honestly, that's not in my purview. I don't really, I be following Iyanla Vanzant. I don't go to B. Simone for healing, so that wouldn't even cross my.
Manifest
timeline.
Queen.
That one never came across my timeline. So this is for y'all. It's honestly, I'm more worried about y'all who bought this misspelled obituary.
Oh my god.
Than the B. Simone. B. Simone, get your money, sis. I'm more worried about the beloveds who bought it and thought it was gonna be something. Go to Iyanla, honey. Go to Lisa Nichols. Go to one of the elders who are copyrighted and trained, like those.
Or at least gonna hire a ghostwriter to get you some bomb
to prove spell check it. No, both of them are formally trained.
I know, but they at least gonna, I'm saying, what I'm saying is at least somebody who gonna got enough money to hire a ghostwriter to write some shit.
They had a sense.
To have the sense to write some shit.
Yes.
Than like somebody who like stealing people's shit from Pinterest.
Oh my god.
Cause that's what she did.
I'm too old for this.
She stole everybody's shit from Pinterest.
Actually, I'm gotta back out of this. I am not in my place. I am crossing the line like the Gen Zs told me I do. I'm backing out. I retract my statement.
Look, she is stealing shit from people Pinterest, and all she did was curate everybody's Pinterest shit, and then put it in a book and had somebody change the color.
You could have been strategic and been like things that I like did a little intro to each paragraph to be like, I found this upon this person, and like linking them. If you want more about this person,
but that's the thing, she didn't give it up. She's selling it as her own.
That's what I'm saying.
That's where plagiarism come in at. She trying to put on this front like she the shit, like she the boss manifest queen. She ain't no boss manifest queen shit. She the boss stiller the boss stiller of Pinterest. That's all she is.
Is it white women stealing from Pinterest too?
Probably.
But is they making $1 million on it?
Probably not. But that's the problem.
Generation Z, this is y'all problem.
This is the problem. This is straight up plagiarism. And if if this is a project in school, her ass will fuck around and get it failed.
This is why I want y'all to go to college.
Not failed. Because she a black woman, because her ass would have got spelled.
Yeah, she would have got it spelled. She went in Nyambi first year program class. Because I'd be like, oh sis, so you think you about to copy and paste all of this?
Ooh, what's that program you had to put your assignments in through?
Yeah, that tell you how much is plagiarized.
Yeah.
She ain't even put her through that. 100%.
100% plagiarism. Because they'll show you the link and everything.
And then what you doing at 3 a.m. morning doing?
Exactly.
Just cutting and pasting. You should be able to go to bed at 9 p.m.
Exactly.
Because I get fired if I did that. I can't go to my tech company and be like, I created this. And then they go be like, actually, no, this other tech company did it. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And I spelled a
and
project.
You spelled it wrong.
I'd be fired for that.
Oh, I know the Visionpreneur is pissed.
The who?
That's the one.
That's who they stole it from.
Yeah.
And what was the Visionpreneur stuff spelled
wrong?
They
said she took all her shit from the Visionpreneur, Morning Buzz, and
the Morning Buzz. That's a big
and name. Happiness Planner.
Oh, the Happiness Planner. These are big.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So
and also folks who took their time to do it too.
Yes. Straight took her shit.
But also as a black woman, B. Simone, you have a very unique voice. You could have took that stuff and used that as inspiration to then tweak it to speak to black women. Like that seemed like a lot.
It could have been a lot. There's so many things that could have happened, but what happened?
Or if you wanted to just copy and paste this, you literally could have been like, you could have called it My Motivation, from my motivation to yours, highlighting big and small people who have impacted my life.
Look, this is the workbook they said.
First of all, why are y'all selling these workbooks looking like this?
The manifestation workbook from Visionpreneur.
Okay. I got it. I'm all set here. That's all. I retract my statements, though. That's not my battle. Generation Z's, I'm calling on y'all. Y'all go talk to sis and tell her about plagiarism and all of that. Because you can't keep doing that. We're going to talk about Russell Simmons.
Russell Simmons is trash. What you got?
First of all, go to HBO Max. It's very hidden. It's called On the Record. We literally took us 15 minutes to find it.
I would say longer than that.
I said, where is it? I don't know, y'all. I
I'll be honest, for our community, I haven't done enough research as I truly should, but my first gut is always to believe and trust women, especially Black women. So that's where I'm leaning towards. Low key, high key, I ain't really trust Russell Simmons since the Rush card.
What happened to People Money?
No idea. So I don't. And he had a Breakfast Club interview that was weird. Like the first 10 minutes, he deflected and talked about veganism and getting our health, which is important. But sir, there was just a documentary released about you alleging that you have sexually assaulted more than 20 women. Mm-hmm. Great, you eat tofu. I don't need your tofu recipe right now. I need you to talk about this and address it. Breakfast Club, I'm a little disappointed with y'all. Y'all was a little easy on him. Angela tried to bring some smoke, but he kind of dismissed her, which even put more of a sour taste in my mouth. Charlamagne, DJ Envy. Charlamagne, he probably brought the hardest questions, per usual. Mm-hmm. But it still wasn't, like, even when they was like, where are you at? He was like, oh, I'm in Bali. And they was like, why are you in Bali? He was like, no planes running. So you take Spirit?
Right.
The Russell Simmons does not fly private. So the private plane stopped running.
Right.
Is that what you're telling me?
You can't afford
Nigga, get the fuck out of here. Like, no one even hit them with dumb jokes. Even if, like, it's a way to even add humor to that, but oh yeah, no planes was flying, aka that extradition ain't working, huh? Mm-hmm. None of that. And it was just, and I get it. He is the godfather of hip hop, and we're not gonna take that away from him. But you have to be accountable for your actions. And the hip hop culture, this is not even a Black thing. This is a hip hop culture, has a hard time with accountability sometimes. It's a hard time with saying what the fuck happened. And then he was so cavalier. He was so like, yeah, I was a womanizer. And I was like, your lawyers didn't even tell you to deny that?
Well, that's the way he's trying to go. He said, yeah, I was a womanizer. I was a player. But I didn't do nothing out the ordinary.
What's this? Now I want to be what's not the ordinary? What was the ordinary about being? What's ordinary about being womanizing? Would you think the definition of womanizer back then would be equivalent to accusation of sexual assault and rape now?
Talk to my lawyer.
Like, that's the shit. No one hit him with that question. Fine. If you defined it back in that day, it was just called womanizing and being a player, and the movie was created after you. Can we now say, stop, pause, fast forward now? Those actions that you did in the 80s and 70s and 90s, I don't know how old you is. I'm young, honey. That you did then would now be considered sexual assault. Is that true? Like, that's the shit. Like, no one thought to ask that? Cool. If you say it was womanizing, but now under the new norm, would it be considered sexual assault?
And maybe there's like, we'll do this interview, but you can't ask about these certain things.
Then they need to do their due diligence and deny it then. So we're not going to come on here. Like, I think that does just as much harm to the women who put their name on the line. So if you're not going to come over here and tell the truth and answer the questions, well, no, we're not going to give you a platform. These women didn't have a platform for 20 years. So if you come over here to tell the truth, if you're not willing to do that, no, I ain't. You set up time. You go buy money. You go buy time on Revolt. You go buy time somewhere else. You come on here to tell the truth. And we say, no. Breakfast Club is the biggest radio, syndicated radio show in hip hop. Mm-hmm. They could have found somebody else.
They could have.
That's the shit I'm talking about. Just stand up in your shit. And they're journalists, air quote. Fine, you don't gotta take no side, right? And I get that. You don't have to take a side as a journalist, but ask the fucking question. That's what and the thing is, the Breakfast Club know what questions to ask. I have no journalistic experience, and that's the first question I was gonna say. Cool. It seems like you going down that route of I was this, but I never did that. But do you think the definition has shifted? Do you think norms have shifted? I would hit them with, do you think norms from the 90s to now has shifted in the record industry? The answer going to be what?
Yes.
So do you think your behavior, like, and I just didn't, again, I'm going to do more due diligence. I've only seen the documentary, and I think it was the Vanity Fair. I read that too. And I've only seen his response via the Breakfast Club. Like, I'm going to do more digging to see what Russell Simmons has to say. I don't know what happened, but something ain't right. That's what I'm going to say. Something's not right.
Something in the milk ain't clean?
Something in the rice ain't clean. That's what I say. Something in the rice ain't clean. Something in the milk ain't clean. And that's it. Nero.
This nigga's trash.
Some ain't adding up to me. 20 women? And I don't want to hear none of y'all victim shaming, talking about, well, what they think that don't matter. At any point someone says stop, they don't want to do it. I don't give a damn if it's your husband, your wife. You stop.
And then some of the stories, like
you stop.
How most of these women got the same fucking setup.
Yeah.
How this nigga be like, oh, I got this music. Come listen to this music.
Jesus.
They go, and next thing you know, he come out naked with a condom on. Jesus. The fuck?
You nasty nigga. I really wish he got the wrong one at the right time.
What does that look like?
The one the sis from the block with a blade under her tongue.
Oh.
What?
On that note,
the wrong one at the what? The right time.
Slice.
Slice. He ain't gonna pull it out no more on behalf of nobody. Yeah. So y'all tell us what you think too. We closing out there, and we gonna talk about anything else?
No, we close on out.
All right, we closing out. We'll be back this week, y'all. But what we need y'all to do to get ready for our conversation later this week is go ahead. Spike Lee got that movie out, The Five Bloods. Mm-hmm. It's actually decent. And y'all know how I feel about Spike Lee sometimes. Spike Lee and Tyler Perry low-key be in the same writing group. But this was a good one. Close us out, Nero.
To submit your Black Love story, go to blacklovematters.com. To submit a question for Kitchen Table Talk, shoot us an email, blacklovematters@gmail.com. That's black with no K. And to leave a comment about anything we talked about, head on over to the website. We got that SoundCloud and we got that voicemail. And that's at 508-784-1111. That's 508-784-1111. Talk to y'all later. Remember, love is ever evolving.
Peace.